Hey guys, this is your boy Marcus, and if you haven't already seen, this is from the IGN. If you can't tell already, there's a little IGN logo in the bottom right hand corner. Link to the actual original video will be in the description below, so check that out. It has commentary from Adam Batty and Daniel Kruiper from IGN. It's basically IGN versus PES, community manager and all that sort of stuff. And it's a little bit of cool little sort of gameplay between Italy and Germany. I believe it was Adam Batty was playing as Italy, and Daniel Kruiper, I think his name is, was playing as Germany. But here you see a little bit of the new what's it called? The new game management mode, a little bit of it, and I'm not really sure like what to say because there's no seems to be no way to change your players, but they don't actually try and change anything, which I'm a bit disappointed in. I think that maybe it's because it's not 100% of course in terms of the actual game, so it might not be available. And when the demo is released, whenever the demo is released, I'm not really sure when, but we will not actually not find out if we will find out actually if we will be able to change those teams. Look at that Lamb and Balotelli, they're looking very, very, very professional and all that sort of stuff. There's of course some game tips as the game's loading up, which is fair enough. But the thing which I'm sort of confused about, but not really that confused about, is the fact that it's loading before the game actually starts. Because usually it takes like here, and then you press start, and the game still it still has to load. So it'd be interesting if you could just actually skip all the beginning part and get straight to the kickoff, which would actually be quite useful for people who just want like a 5 minute game or 10 minute game. In this, I think it's 10 minutes. But anyway, it's because it's 5 minute halves, of course. But I mean, look at those graphics. Those graphics are looking quite impressive. I have to agree with some of the people in the comments who are saying that the frame rate looks a bit suspicious, is probably the best word to use, because it just does not look as consistent as it should be. And I agree with them. I'm not really sure what it is. I think it's just down to the fact that the game's not 100% finished yet. It's not gold. It's not ready for release. So all that sort of stuff. But there's Schweinsteiger, Khedira. I think that's Mertesacker there, number 17. Howardez, number 4. Hummels, number 5. Neuer, and then Lamb. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, but look, Lamb's left arm goes through Neuer's right arm. Oh my god, game breaking. Not really game breaking. It's been doing that since PES 6. FIFA it happens as well. When it happens in FIFA, it gets a bit more ridiculous with the players' sort of arms all going all over the place. Now, I would have had the background noise, of course, but of course with them talking over it would not have made any sense. But when you actually do watch this, you will see. Well, if you pay attention to near the beginning when they're actually coming out, it says Jim Beglin and John Champion again, as Jim Beglin as the analyst and John Champion as the main commentator. But the thing which is really weird is when you actually listen to the IGN footage, you don't actually hear Jim Beglin at all. You hear John Champion every once in a while saying like Neuer, Hummels, Lamb, Khedira, Muller, Götze, and stuff like that, but you don't actually hear Jim Beglin. So I don't know if does that mean that Jim Beglin won't be in the game, or I don't know. But I mean, look at those graphics. Like them alone, like people have mistaken the game for. I've actually shown some people like footage of this, people from FIFA, and they're like, "This is actually like Italy v Germany," and I was like, "No, this is actually it's Italy v Germany, but it's actually PES," and they're like, "My God, actually." So even people who are not optimistic about football games and in general don't like PES, actually are looking to see if this game actually can sort of show off. Like it seems to be converting a lot of FIFA fans, really, because the majority of FIFA fans will be going to next gen anyway. But Adam Batty does mention it in the video, like that FIFA 14 just seems to be on next gen anyway. It just seems to be so far. They've not released too much information, but it just seems to be looking, in terms of graphics, in terms of actual gameplay enhancements, don't really seem to be anything too big, unlike what Konami are trying to do. And they'll be moving to next gen most likely. It's maybe about 95% sure that we'll be on next gen next year in PES 2015, but at the current moment it seems that it will just be, most likely it will just be PES 2014, and we don't know, and no one knows really. No one knows what the game's going to be like except for the likes of Adam Batty and the people who actually develop the game, because of course we don't know anything because we're not told anything. And I like it that way, because it keeps us in the doesn't keep us in the know, but it keeps us sort of audacious, and it sort of adds to the hype to see if the game's actually any good. But I mean, personally, when I was watching this footage back this morning, when it came out this morning, I was really enjoying it. I was like, my God, this game looks absolutely it looks insane, really. Like some people were complaining that the graphics didn't look too good. I mean, here Adam Batty plays a nice through ball, and De Rossi not only gets through on goal, but Neuer comes out and saves the day, really, and clears it out. I mean, yeah, some of the animations will be recycled there. Adam Batty using some new sort of flick thing. I've never seen that before in PES. And then he crosses in, and as he crosses in, he actually falls to the ground. Some stuff like that. Like the small things sort of make the game. Like, I have to agree, some people were complaining that The turn circles seem to be a bit too big, and it seems to be a bit too fast, and Schweinsteiger here gets through on goal, he gets a shot away, and that's a new shooting animation. I'm going to have to say that I've played PES for several hours this year, and it's definitely a new shooting animation from Schweinsteiger when he went to go take a shot. But some people have also seen complaining. I'm basically going to like talk about some of the comments that I've seen on several videos. The majority of them are about the nets, and nets I'm not going to be too bothered about. But here, getting this red card here, Hummels takes out De Rossi, and it's a definite red card. I mean, De Rossi's through on goal, and the referee whaps it out. I mean, that red actually looks like red. Usually in the earlier PES versions, it actually looked like orange cards rather than yellow, red ones, which I think is quite cool. It's a nice little way for De Rossi to fall to the ground as well. I have to agree with that. The little animation is quite cool. So with that being said, Daniel Kruiper was down to 10 men, Hummels red carded and all that sort of stuff, and here you see off the new free kick thing. Now the free kick thing, I'm not really sure how this is going to work. I was impressed by it because I saw like from the PlayStation Chile footage that a guy got a free kick, aimed it perfectly into the top corner, and then he blasted it over because he put too much power on it. Of course, you're 33 meters out. You're probably not even going to score this. Like you could potentially get it on target, like Adam Batty does, but you're not going to score from there. Like usually you won't, even if you get it like perfect. Like maybe against a lower keeper, you might actually get a chance away. But in this, it shows off that it's not too overpowered. But if it is online, I will be a bit disappointed, considering that I've now finally perfected how to take free kicks, and PES 2013 is going to change all over again. But anyway. The thing which I saw some people complaining about was the fact that people seem to run past the ball when they shouldn't be running past the ball, and it's evident in the video. You'll see every once in a while, you'll see players like when they should be getting the ball and they just decide to run past it. Now this happens because the ball isn't glued to their feet, unlike in FIFA and in earlier PES versions. Like, well, in FIFA it doesn't happen as often, but in PES versions especially, you see the fact that people are trying to pass the ball and they pass it and then it just goes straight to their foot. It happens later on in the video when Daniel Kruiper is about to take a shot with Götze and he decides to pull back and Götze just decides to run away from the ball, and it's like, what the hell's going on? And they're doing this, it sort of shows off that you have to sort of take the ball into account in terms of what actually is happening in the game, considering rather than just let the ball, usually you let the ball just be attached to your foot and all sort of stuff like that. And it seems to just be changing stuff a little bit. It's a small thing. I know majority of people won't like it at the start, and they will get used to it. But I mean, here like Ozil here on the ball, like Montolivo should technically have got that ball, but he did a little bit of trick on the ball and didn't actually go anywhere near. Didn't press the double X tackle to get it or anything like that. And then another thing which I saw the PES Association football thing. They're literally just there. You see, if you go back in Muller's offside, when he actually goes to try and get the ball, the PES Association football, the Facebook game, actually there's an advertisement for it in the, this is the Konami Arena, which makes more sense, and that actually makes quite a lot of sense as to why they would be you'd see there's PES Association football, like us on Facebook, play on Facebook, stuff like that. That's a little nice thing there. But there, Götze should actually technically get that ball, but that's for former PES's games, of course, not this one. But here, Batty nearly gets through. Howardez gives the ball to Pirlo. Pirlo gets away. Balotelli with a new shot animation. Absolutely amazing shot. Really good save from Neuer. Second save, I call it a bit ambiguous because it really should have been a goal from Montolivo, I think, was the one who took the second shot. And it like sort of hits off his back, comes back, and Montolivo pops it into the back of the net. When technically, I would have liked it actually for Neuer to actually try and make an attempt to save it the third time. We don't know what difficulty this is actually being played on so far. We know this could be the very easy difficulty, hence why he doesn't go for it this time there when he actually should have. But I'm not going to start complaining there. But there, as you can see, the frame rate is a bit choppy because there's a lot of stuff going on screen at one moment. Of course, the whole crowd itself is 3D and all that sort of stuff. And there's your one-hand saves. Everyone loves those one-hand saves now. It seems to be a little bit of a new thing and stuff like that. But like some people were they were complaining that the crowd didn't react like at the times and the reactions. Like, I think that'll all be sorted out by the time the full game is actually released. So Adam Batty, of course, scored in the 59th minute, maybe the 60th. It might be put down as the 60th minute. But if you actually go and watch the PlayStation Chile thing, you'll see that you can't actually do the ridiculous through ball things anymore. And I will be showing that off the minute the demo comes out. That'll be my first video from the demo. Well, actually, it'll be my second video, but it'll all be out on the same first day of can you still do the through ball like spamming, and I'm sure you can. I'm sure they actually tried to fix that. Was the whole point of why they wanted to sort of take more time for this game and stuff like that. But here, of course, Götze on the ball, no, not Götze on the ball, Marquise on the ball, Batty on the ball, Like Lamb there, he should technically be intercepting that. I'm not really sure why he doesn't intercept it. There again, Neuer comes out with a really good save, and Ozil eventually, well, not doesn't clear the ball, but he just runs away with it. Muller here, of course, it's weird. I'm not really sure what it is, but it seems like some players are faster than others. Like Mertesacker there himself was even bringing out that pace. I'm not really sure if that's because the game is either quicker. Like if the game is quicker, generally I'm not too bothered by that. If you see anything flashing at the bottom of the screen, it's just because my mouse kept flickering on and off over the thing as I recorded this. Because like no one, well, some people do have it on, will probably already have it on YouTube, but no one has breakdowns of it. Because breakdowns would win. But anyway, yeah, I mean, look at that. I mean, that's a nice shot from Giaccherini. I think it was Giaccherini taking a shot there. But I mean, Neuer doesn't even react to it. He just sort of turns. I'm not really sure, like, because that's more or less on. It's just wide. I mean, like that's wide by like a couple inches, and he doesn't even react to it. I don't know if this is because the game's on a lower difficulty setting, like I was saying, or if it's on a higher difficulty setting. Like no one really knows. And again, they have this whole thing with the spherical guideline thing. But the thing with the guideline is, I just want to like get some of you, majority of you will be playing PES 2013 still. When you're taking a free kick, just try and imagine where the line is, and you actually get on target more often than you actually think. Because I was trying this yesterday with what's his name, with the big old man, which his name is David Beckham, and I could actually get some shots on target by thinking where the spherical guideline would actually be. But here, of course, Muller gets the ball here. Okay, that's really fortunate. Then he pings it through, and it's the most. See, that's probably a full assisted ping, and he just like about gets in the ball because Chiellini makes a mistake. And Closer here, and like it seems the turning. I don't know what it is, but it's a bit weird. And Muller has a new shot animation, and here, see how Götze runs down. Götze runs down because he thinks the ball's going to come straight to him. Doesn't come straight to him. Hence why he doesn't actually get the ball 100% and all that sort of stuff. So. And I'm back at 1-1 now. Go and check out yourself. He actually talks some really good stuff. It's a nice little interview with him and Daniel Kruiper from the IGN crowd. So if you have enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel for more. Check out the IGN video and catch you later.